Welcome in both YouTube and Twitch. This is my thought and review for Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis from 1992, I believe, from LucasArts. I just wanted to start off and say this is probably one of my most favorite adventure games to play. I've played this game numerous times over the years. Always brings back a lot of fond memories of the genre, a lot of fond memories of LucasArts when they were achieving their greatness with their point and click or adventure games. Um, this is always a good nostalgia rush to come back to. Um, Good things that I like about the game. Pixel art is amazing in this game. Audio is amazing in this game. Voiceovers got some little quirky moments, but overall I think it's pretty solid, especially for 92. The voice actor for Indiana Jones, I unfortunately forget the gentleman's name. Like to give credit where I could, but he does an amazing job voice acting Indiana Jones in here. Like it does kind of sound like Harrison Ford, not exactly, but close enough. At the time of this recording, there is a new Indiana Jones game coming out from Bethesda. Uh, Circle of Time or something. I forget exactly what the subtitle is for it, but you guys, if you're watching this, you'll know what I'm talking about. The voice actor in that one is the guy who does Joel from The Last of Us, and he doesn't sound as nearly as good as the guy is in this game, in my opinion. So that's just good to show you how well done the voice acting is for Indiana Jones. Would have been nice to have gotten Harrison Ford to do it, but you know, is what it is. There's two ways to play this game. There are two methods of either you can play through the game solo as just Indiana Jones, or you can team up with the side character whose name is Sophia Hapgood. I always, when I play, I played both in the past over my playthroughs, but I always prefer to do the playthrough with that includes Sophia. I just like the character interaction, some of the comic back and forth dialogue that they have. They always poking fun at one another. Some quirky little moments. Obviously, there's knowing Indy as he is, there's always a romance angle, so you do have a little bit of that in the game. Um, it's just, it's in my opinion, it's the better experience. I haven't played as Indy solo in this in a long time, so I really can't recall the differences in the puzzles. But there are significant changes to the locations. However, most of the locations do remain the same. They're just a different way of going about solving the puzzles and whatnot. But again, I really do feel having Indy with a secondary character, a support character, is much more entertaining. It kind of follows along like with how they do things in the movies. You got Short Round. I can't remember the other character, the woman in also the woman from Temple of Doom. I forget her name. The woman from The Lost Ark, for example. So he always kind of has like a sidekick, and I just think that brings out the best of Indiana Jones. Just adds more color to the story, I guess. So anyway, in this game, it is the Fate of Atlantis. It does share a lot of certain aspects to the movies of the past. Like, for example, Lost Ark is heavily influenced in this game. The scene that you're looking at right here actually is kind of a throwback to the Lost Ark, where Indiana Jones is trying to look for the actual location to the Grail that's hidden inside the temple. So this is kind of the same thing here, where you have to set up, which I think was just shown already before I started talking. You had to set up a tripod in two locations, and X marks the spot, kind of thing. Instead of digging, though, well, you do dig up a piece of, I think it's a stone here, instead of actually digging a hole like they do in a movie and they go down. But it's kind of a throwback. There's a couple different aspects to this game that are throwbacks. There's a submarine scene in the game, which, again, I think is pretty much taken right from the Lost Ark movie, where they do get the Ark. Well, actually, they capture the supporting actress in that movie, and it's the same thing of them capturing Sophia here in this game. So in each scenario, you got to go into the submarine and free his sidekick character. So, and I believe that's, well, no, that won't be coming up right now, but all right, we get it. There's some portions of that thing that are, anyway. So, if you're familiar with Lost Ark, you'll kind of feel right at home here. There's a couple story elements that are, like I said earlier, just influenced from the movie. But if you take Fate of Atlantis and you put it up against any of the other movies, I think in the genre for Indiana Jones, I think this game here easily could have been written as a movie. It does stand on its own 2 feet. It's a very unique story. It doesn't really share any type of similarities to the movies story wise. But you know, it's the same old Indiana. There's a MacGuffin piece. In this case, it's Atlantis itself. You got to get 3 stones pretty much to open up the area to go into the city. In this case, you'll be going into a tomb, I believe, here. But eventually, after you get off the submarine, you do go into the city of Atlantis. You do delve down into that. The ending is pretty cool. It's various different dialogue sequences that if you do watch the playthrough or you played yourself, you know what I'm talking about. It could take a little while to actually get the ending. At least it did for me this playthrough. I kind of loop back and forth quite a bit through the dialogue. It's just a matter of selecting the right stuff. But yeah, there's some cool elements to this. There is one Easter egg. I don't want to spoil too much. I don't want to use this for spoilers, but there's a scene where you go to get the first stone. I'll just say it at that. And Indy comes up with a creative way to get a stone from somebody, and it's a throwback to Loom. That's what I wanted to say. I couldn't think of where I was going with it. Yeah, there's a throwback to Loom, and like I said, I can't say too much without spoiling things. But in Loom, there's this main villain that winds up being this apparition. Well, Indiana Jones kind of duplicates that here in this game. Again, I don't know. Now, this is going with the playthrough with using Sophia. I don't know if that happens if you play the solo Indiana Jones run, so that might be different. But that's like a big throwback or Easter egg, I guess you could say, to the Loom game, which is also from LucasArts. That was made 2 years prior to this game. So yeah, it's just a fun game. There isn't too much pixel hunting. There is a little bit of pixel hunting, but nothing too drastic in this game, which I think is also another reason why this game still holds up well. There are quite a few games in the past where you're just pixel hunting all over the screen and it could drive you nuts. This isn't like that. A lot of this is pretty straightforward. The items you pick up, for the most part, you do use all of them. However, I do remember picking up a piece of bread in this game, and I kept on jokingly trying to using it with everything associated that you could actually click on, and it didn't work with anything. So I don't know what the reason was picking up the bread. There might have been something I missed. The playthrough I just did, I was 6 points short of the perfect score, so I don't know, maybe there was some other little odd and end things that I could have did that I didn't. But for the most part, you do use everything at least once. The only thing that this game doesn't do, it doesn't consume a lot of the items from the inventory. Some things do consume, other things overlap. They might be used later, things like that. Some things just for whatever reason, just remain in your inventory. Yeah, so I don't know. There's not much more I'd like to say about it, but the game is very good. Like I said, hits all the right spots with everything it does. It does everything pretty well. And again, still holds up today. And this has always been rated as one of the better adventure games of its genre. And I still think that is true today. So again, this is one of my favorites. I always enjoy coming back and playing this one. And who knows, maybe I'll come back and play it again sometime in the future. We shall see. So anyway, what I try to do after every review is give the game a final rating, and that's what I'll do right now. So this game, the other thing I wanted to say too is the gameplay the playthrough itself can vary again depending on whether you just do the solo Indy, the joint Sophia and Indy playthrough. So time can be different. For me, this particular playthrough took a little bit longer than the last time I played it, so it can bounce around, but usually you can get at least a good 7 hours out of this game, I think, minimum. If you know what you're doing, it's probably like 5 or 6, but still, it's for a 92 game, it's decently length. It's not exactly short. It's probably a mid to long range game as far as time played. So there's that as well. Anyway, so all that said, final score for the Indiana Jones is going to be an 8.5 out of 10 for me. I think before I ranked it a little higher, but I'm trying to keep it in mind with a more modern approach. So if this game was a newer game, probably would have rolled a little lower, just because, like I said, more modern games nowadays are a bit longer. But overall, I think this is a very good quality game. And like I said, if you haven't played it, doing yourself a disservice. You should go out, try and get this game wherever you can, and give it a good playthrough. It's a very fun game. Highly recommend running through it on both different playthroughs if you get the opportunity. That way you can see from both sides. If I ever come back to this, maybe I do a playthrough where it's just Indiana Jones and it's not Sophia. I haven't done it in a while, so that could be interesting. All right, that said, just wanted to say thank you for everybody stopping by and watching the video. And if you happen to be checking out the stream, watching it live, I appreciate that as well. For those on YouTube, if you liked the video, please, if you can, give it a like, give it a thumbs up. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you think of Fate of Atlantis yourself. Do you like it? You dislike it? What do you like about it? Stuff like that. Feel free to drop a comment. I'll try to reply back to most as I can. And yeah, and if you do enjoy the content here, feel free to stop over on my Twitch channel where I do stream the games live. All the links will be down below the video, along with the full playthrough. So by all means, feel free to check it out and stop by this. Like I said, stop by the live stream and say hello. Be good to see you. So, I just want to say take care and catch you in the next video.